Hey guys, what is up? Today I'm going to be showing you a couple ways that you could go about building a Blastoise. Blastoise is a pure water type and the only single type starter Pokemon from Red and Blue. He is weak to electric and grass types, but resistant to fire, water, ice, and steel. Just like all the other starters, his stats are pretty well rounded, but obviously his defense and special defense are his best two stats. So his offenses are pretty even. His special attack is pretty much just barely greater than his attack. So there's a lot of different move sets and builds that you could do on Blastoise. Very versatile, just like Venusaur. Uh, so I mean, there are tons of things you can run him offensively, defensive, tank. So many options. But one of the ones I like to use is a offensive Blastoise. You start with your item being a King's Rock. King's Rock is really good because moves that normally wouldn't let a Pokemon flinch, it has a 10% of making whatever Pokemon you hit flinch. So first off, we have Aqua Tail. That works well with Torrent, his ability, because if he falls, it's his normal ability, and if he falls below 1/3 health, his water type moves will increase in damage by 1.3 times. Also, Earthquake, it covers his electric type weakness, so it can wipe out a lot of electric types in one hit because it's super effective, plus it's a really strong physical attacking move, and Blastoise's physical attack is pretty decent. So Earthquake, I mean, it'll even deal a chunk of damage to normal effective Pokemon, where it'll deal quite a bit of damage to them and probably one hit in electric type. So it's a really strong move to have in his moveset offensively. Skull Bash. I really like Skull Bash on Blastoise, especially with the King's Rock, because even though it takes a turn to charge, it raises his defense and he gets to keep the defense buff. So it's pretty much just using like a Harden or something, and then getting to use this really powerful 130 base power move the next turn. It's kind of like a Solar Beam, except you get a buff, a little bit of a buff. And when you hit with Skull Bash the next turn, you might even get a flinch with King's Rock. And then you have the Iron Defense to kind of go along with the Skull Bash boost and just get his defense like through the roof. Using like maybe a Skull Bash and an Iron Defense together. It'd be really good combo. Get his defense really high. For EVs, I went with 252 in health and attack and 4 in special defense. The reason I have it in HP is just to give him that little bit of breathing room to get the really offensive moveset going and not really having to worry about getting one hit killed and being able to get the damage on the other guys. And now obviously we needed a lot in attack because his moveset consists of all physical attacks, and if he gets the physical attack really high, those can start dealing big chunks of damage, maybe one-hitting people. Obviously, his nature would be Adamant to boost his physical attack, and since we're not using any special attacking moves, it doesn't really make a difference that his special attack got lowered. So yeah, that's that one. That's the offensive Blastoise build I like to use, and here's one that's a little bit more tanky. For item, I use Leftovers. I love Leftovers. One of my favorite items. Really good because it heals you for 1/16 of your maximum health every turn, no matter what. It's just really good. It gets hard to put damage on with Leftovers. Definitely probably my favorite item. Ability is Torrent. Works well with Surf. When he falls below 1/3 health, Surf will deal a lot more damage, get a big boost. Anyways, this one's more defensive, so we got Iron Defense, obviously. Raise his defense through the roof. Take a lot of physical attacking hits without taking that much damage. We also got Toxic. Toxic is just to like poison them since he's more defensive in this one. His physical and special attack are lower, and so Surf won't deal as much damage. So Toxic is a really nice move to have to deal that consistent flow of reliable damage every turn to the Pokemon and not having to worry about not dealing enough with your actual move. Protect is just to go along with Toxic. It's really good if you just use Protect every once in a while, let them take poison damage and waste their power points and let them take damage while you just sit back and not take damage. And Surf, obviously, is just his water type move. It's pretty good. His special attack is decent, so it will be reliable source of damage, especially since he has the same type bonus with it, and it's a pretty strong water type move. For EVs, I run it with 252 in HP and special defense, and 4 in special attack, just for that Surf. I got an HP just for the tankiness, and it works really well with leftovers because the more health you have, the more health leftovers will heal every turn since it heals a percentage of your health. Also in special defense, I like to run it with a lot of special defense because I have the iron defense to bring up his defense really high, his physical defense really high. So I don't really have anything to cover his special defense, which a lot of moves target him, like the super effective ones like Electric and Grass have a lot of special attacks like Thunderbolt and like Energy Ball are really powerful, and Solar Beam and stuff probably one-hit Blastoise. So you definitely want your special defense to be as high as you can and a lot of health to be able to take those really powerful, super effective hits. And your defense doesn't really need to be that high because you have the iron defense and 1 or 2 of those and you'll be all caught up to your special defense and you'll be able to take hits all day long. Also for his nature, I have a calm nature, which raises his special defense to get it as high as he can naturally, and he's not having any physical attacks, so that is not really worrying us at all. We can get rid of some of his physical attack. So these are just 2 of the builds I like to run on Blastoise. One's physical and one's like offensive and one's tanky defensive build. But obviously these aren't the only builds that you can run on Blastoise. There are a lot of really good and interesting builds other than these 2 that you can run. He's a very versatile Pokemon, just like Venusaur, and there's just plenty of things that you can do with him other than this. But these are just some of the things I like to run. And I hope you found this video useful, and thank you for watching.